Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys my honest review of Punisher issue number 1, which just came out this Wednesday at the time of this recording. I'm going to be giving you a non-spoiler review, so if you're worried about that, don't worry, I'm going to do my best to not get into any spoilers so that you can still read this issue after you watch the video. Right off the bat, I will say that it was a really enjoyable issue, and I definitely recommend at least picking up this first issue and going from there and deciding whether you want to continue getting the series. It is going to be 13 issues in total, spanning across the next year or so. It's written by Jason Aaron, one of my favorite writers in comics. He's been doing some pretty good work on Avengers recently, and the artwork on this book is by Jesus Saiz mainly, and then we've got some backups by Paula, Zaketa, who did just a flashback scene at the beginning of the issue, which I'll get into in a second. The artwork was really enjoyable also. I thought it flowed really nicely with the writing. We are going to have oversized issues for every single issue of the series. This first introductory one was $6 for 40 pages of content. It actually read really smoothly. It didn't feel like it was too long. Hopefully we'll maintain the same creative team throughout the rest of the series, because I thought they did a really good job on this first issue. The writing was really well done. We had Jason Aaron kind of experimenting with some different styles of writing that he definitely hasn't been doing in recent years. I will say though that this issue isn't anything that you wouldn't expect from a Punisher series. I kind of thought this might be like some final battle of the Punisher, his last stand against some great foe, or just like kind of recapping the history of Punisher and talking about his final battle. It almost seems like that isn't really quite what it is. I know that this series was originally supposed to be called Punisher No More. Regarding all the controversy that's been happening around Punisher's emblem, I won't get too into that, but there's definitely reasons that Marvel hasn't published a Punisher series in so long because of all that controversy surrounding the logo. So he does have a suit redesign that we get revealed in this issue, and something really interesting about a lot of different scenes in this comic are that they're kind of told from different perspectives than you might think. As I said, it is pretty typical for a Punisher comic. It's just Frank Castle going around killing people. So in this opening scene, which is only 3 pages, it's illustrated by Paula Zaketa. That's the only work that he does in this whole issue. He's got more of like a kind of inky style that's a little bit more cartoonish, but we get this flashback back to when Frank Castle's family was killed. You know, kind of the Punisher's origin story. After his family was shot down at a park by some gang members, he became the Punisher and wants vengeance for his family. He just kills all the criminals that are similar to the people that killed his family, right? But we see this vision of the whole commotion after they're shot down. We see all of the police officers, all of the ambulance people come and saying, oh, these kids are already dead. We need to focus on the wife, whose name is Maria, and Frank Castle. They might still be alive. We don't see anything too clearly, just all of the commotion happening. That whole scene was really well done. And then as the issue goes on, as we get the explanation for why Punisher has his new suit, who he's working for now, I won't get too into it, but it definitely does involve the Hand, this ninja organization. We see Frank Castle infiltrating this base. These new people who are saying, bless the war. We are the apostles of war. And they're basically these brand new Marvel characters, as far as I know, who have been stockpiling a bunch of different weapons, these special like Kree technology or like Hulkbuster armor, stuff like that. Very high-powered tech that they've been selling to different dealers, other evil organizations. The kind of place where Punisher would want to kill everyone who works there, right? So we see him actually infiltrating that place. It's just the beginning scene. It's not exactly spoilers, but we actually see it from the perspective of the Apostles of War, these people in the warehouse trying to sort through the weapons. And once we see the Punisher show up, it's a really awesome scene that deals with like darkness in a really interesting way, where Frank Castle is silhouetted until we get the final reveal, the big reveal in his opening page, his double splash page of his new suit. This was all really well done. The lead up was super well done. The artwork really shines here though. Jason Aaron had a good idea for how they would lead into Frank Castle's appearance, but they still delivered on all cylinders. Jesus Saiz's artwork in here is, I think, the best it's ever been. He works with like soft inking in a really interesting way, and the action sequences are really well done. We've obviously got a lot of those in this issue, as it's a Punisher, you know, action comic. There's a sequence in here that's like 10 pages long, where it's only Punisher fighting a bunch of different villains. I won't say who, you gotta read it for yourself, but that whole scene was really well done. The brutality of it, Punisher like finding all these different weapons that he's got stored in his house. There is a huge reveal by the end of this that you'll have to read to find out about. Like I said, no major spoilers in this video, but it is going to upend anything that's been going on with Frank Castle recently, and this new deal that he's got with a certain organization is going to really start affecting the series as it goes on. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if Frank Castle is going to survive the experience, but at the moment it kind of seems like this is just a regular type of Punisher series, nothing too special happening. As the series goes on, this could turn into more of a last stand for Punisher like it was originally supposed to be. We'll see how that all ends up happening, but I'm definitely on board for all 13 issues. Unless it takes some really bad turn, this series is really good right now. So I always give you guys something out of 10 for these single issue reviews. For this issue specifically, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed the artwork. I really enjoyed the writing. The only problem I had with it, I guess, was that we don't really have an idea of where the direction of the series is going to go from here. I kind of like to have an idea of what I'm going to get in a series, especially like a 13-issue kind of mini run like this one, by the end of the issue. Instead, we just get kind of a status quo update on the Punisher. I definitely recommend picking up Punisher #1 at your local comic shop. I really enjoyed this issue. So if you got some good information from this video, or if you enjoyed it at all, make sure to click that subscribe button down below. You can also hit the notifications bell, which is sitting right next to it. You'll be notified every single time I post a new video if you don't want to miss any. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.